Okay, you go. You
Well,
go.
like introduce myself?
I don't know. Let's talk about Stargate Atlantis, episodes
Yeah.
1 and 2.
Okay, so
Have you watched any of the original Stargates?
I saw a lot of SG-1,
Yeah.
but like really broken up just on TV, and I didn't care for it. I didn't think it was good.
Well, I think it had some good seasons and bad seasons for sure, but I think the first 4 seasons were on HBO,
Okay.
and then they went to like USA, and then they went to Spike or something. I don't whatever it was. They might have hit like 3 different stations.
It went on for a long time, didn't it? Like 10 years or something?
Yeah, it was like 11, 13 seasons, something like that. It
That's
was
pretty good for like a sci-fi show.
yeah, the DeLuise boys were involved with it pretty often, I think.
What else did they do? Should I know them?
Well, it's Dom DeLuise's kids. Do you know who Dom DeLuise is?
No.
Fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. Tell me what's wrong with me.
So he's got 2 sons. One of them's more the actor. The other one is more the director. But so have you ever seen? They were both on Sequest. You ever heard of Sequest?
No.
So it was like a sci-fi space show, except for they were in the ocean, and they had a super duper ocean spacecraft.
That sounds bad. Was it bad?
No, it was actually pretty good, and you'd recognize it. Jonathan Landis was in it before he killed himself. You know, Ladybug's Jonathan Landis, the sidekick. You know.
No.
We are different. We are different ages.
We are. Yeah. Sometimes it's really obvious.
Okay, how about this? Encino Man.
I haven't seen it. Sorry.
Okay, but you've seen the GIF of the guy coming over and go. No, well, that's one of the DeLuise boys.
Okay.
All right.
So
You'll see them show up at some point. I think no, they were in SG-1. So like, there was this one episode where they were doing a TV show that was basically SG-1, and they had to go in and kind of stop it. And the director was Peter DeLuise or whatever.
I love when they do that. Why does every show have like an episode that's like about the show and like it gets really like,
yeah,
I don't know, they're like breaking some walls.
In SG-1, it was there was a guy from space hiding on Earth, but the guy wrote a script about shit that he knew about, and they're like, dude, you can't fucking, what are you?
Because it's like
doing?
Government secrets, you can't like expose it.
Yeah, he's basically in space fucking witness protection.
Yeah.
You can't do a TV show about it.
Because I guess like, and they introduced this in SG-1, everything that's happening with the Stargates, people on Earth don't know about it. That's like top secret government shit. So the world doesn't know. It's just the government at certain levels knows about the Stargates.
Yeah.
So imagine weird, like just keeping all these alien worlds just secret from Earth. Like
weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't like it, especially because you know, the evil bad leech fucking parasite guys that are the bad guys.
In Stargate Atlantis?
Yeah. No, in SG-1.
Okay. I don't remember it very well.
They were ancient Egyptians. Anyway.
Okay.
They have the sarcophagus was a way that they would heal themselves. Like it would completely. So if they have access to that technology, but they don't take it back and give to humans once they capture one sarcophagus, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, just because I mean, like a lot of the technology in Atlantis could really, really improve life on Earth, but it's like, okay, we're still living the same.
Maybe part of it is that they can't recreate it, so it's like you get one sarcophagus for the entire world. Who gets a turn?
Everyone just takes, or like important people, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why it wouldn't work. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, Stargate Atlantis, episode 1. We start on Antarctica, and they find a new address, taking them to a different galaxy.
Yeah, like the main crew from SG-1 is there, and they're like going through everything. Mm-hmm. So it's like a good transitional episode
Teal'c
from
isn't there,
the old guys. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about him. So I didn't like him. Sorry.
Yeah, you didn't like his luscious lips.
He was like too groomed. His eyebrows were
Yeah, it
so.
was so distracting.
I know. I didn't like him.
Um, yeah, so the original crew shows up in a lot of episodes in SG1 or SGA too.
Do they really?
Yeah, they show up here and there.
I don't remember it except for Sam Carter.
Yeah.
She shows up a lot.
Yeah. What show did she do? She's only done one other thing that I remember. It was
Look it up.
it's like it was a paranormal investigator, like one of those shows, like a Warehouse 13, but like mystical.
I would watch it.
I did watch it. I watched all those shitty shows, sci-fi network shows.
I fully believe that.
Yeah. So okay. What did you think about like Antarctica being the spot that they put the thing in?
I took notes on all the episodes, and I literally put stars in Antarctica. Why do we always discover alien shit in Antarctica?
Right.
Why is that like every time? Like the only way that things can be hidden is like in the ice. We would have found it already. No.
What else is weird? I found is Earth. I guess that they say that this was the first stopping point for the ancients, but like there's 3 different Stargates they found on Earth, question mark. I don't really remember, but I think they had the original one in Egypt, but then they found another one in like China, and then Sanctuary, by the way, was the name of that show.
Okay.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, they only have like one. There's like a Stargate in like some desert outpost, and so that's the one. They're like the main base, isn't it, for the U.S.?
Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere deep in like Colorado.
Yeah, it's like hidden in a mountain.
Or Wyoming. Well, because we really have bases there.
Yeah. So can we move the Stargates, or do they just build a base around it?
Yeah, we can move them.
Okay, yeah. They're just big as fuck.
Yeah. I know someone, maybe we should get him on this show eventually, that has Stargate tattoos.
Oh my god. Like a big fan?
Yeah, I think he's got the Earth address.
Okay, I think we should get him because as I've been talking to people about doing this show, people seem like they hate all of the Stargate shows. Really? I don't know why. They're not,
I think they're
not well loved. I don't think.
So weird. I like them.
Well, people generally have bad taste, I think, so.
Is this your first time watching through Stargate Atlantis?
I've seen probably like 90% of the show, but never like straight through in order.
But you are familiar with the characters, so like, coming in, it wasn't your first time meeting like Rodney or anything.
No, I got a special place in my heart for Rodney.
Oh, he's the best part about the whole show.
I know, hands down. If he had died at any point, I would have stopped watching.
Would you have?
I'm pretty sure he doesn't die, right?
He's a leaf on the wind. No,
what?
Nothing.
No.
No. So what was your first thoughts of John Shepard? Was he, I like how he's like almost the comedic relief, but he's like too cool for school, but not in a like asshole way.
Yeah, he's like the military bro that they bring in. He's not even really supposed to be part of the mission. He only gets roped into it because he has the gene. And they're like,
the gene.
We need him. But he doesn't even want to do the mission. They like talk him into it. So it's like, yeah, he doesn't show, and he's not the main military guy. Remember, they have some
T-1000.
Yeah, the guy, he's in the last season of the X-Files.
Have you seen this, boy?
The really shit season.
I didn't watch X-Files. I thought it was rubbish. And
I didn't like Terminator 2, so I just all around don't like that guy.
Hold on.
I really don't get into it.
What?
It's
the only good I don't like the first one.
The first one is perfect, and the second one makes no sense.
I didn't like the first one.
The first one fucks with the plot, or the second one fucks with the plot of the first one.
Yeah, that's because time travel fucking sucks.
No, it's because they just can't
because
get a story written that makes sense.
Because time travel fucking sucks. So it doesn't matter how many times you make this movie. You can always make it one more because they can time travel.
It's about time travel, so you have
So
to get the
stupid.
time travel aspect right. You can't mess with it.
There would only. How's there only one mission? The whole. It was. Look, the first Terminator was flawed from the start. The whole thing was flawed from the start, and they're all shitty.
No, I will give you, I hate time travel. Yes. Anything about time travel, it makes me so angry.
But Terminator 2 was fun. That's the difference. That's the difference between it and the rest of them.
The first one is better. It's 100% better. So.
I don't like the fucking chick, so. And she's.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I think she's great. She's just a bad bitch.
Is she though?
Yeah. Yes. She's ugly, but she's a bad bitch.
I mean, the second one, Eddie fucking Furlong in his prime. 14 years old, prime Eddie Furlong.
I mean, that's the only reason I have seen that movie like 4 times.
Yeah.
Because I hate it, but I love Eddie.
Don't call him Eddie, that's gross.
Oh, no, I'm definitely, he's Eddie.
Okay, what's hotter, 14-year-old Edward Furlong in Terminator 2 or Edward Furlong from Brainscan?
Terminator, because he's
you
young.
Like young boys.
He looks like a baby in Brainscan.
Yeah, both movies it's voice squeaks.
I know, because he is a baby. He's like really young, and then he just went hard on the heroin.
Yeah, him and Macaulay Culkin, huh?
Well, Macaulay Culkin looks fine now. I mean,
I wouldn't say that, but he's definitely in a better place.
Yeah, Edward Furlong looks like shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen the memes that are like, he terminated himself? It's so true.
Did you know there's only 3 people that were in every episode?
Ooh.
Or at least tied for the most episodes? I assume it's every episode.
Name
the 3.
John Shepard.
Yep.
McKay.
Yep.
And maybe Taylor.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Because even though she's like not part of the original crew, she joins and just never leaves.
Yeah. Ugh. Her stupid hair. Her hair's so icky.
You know who I wish was in the whole show?
Wait. Time out. Who was number 4?
Fuck.
It's exactly who you want it to be.
It's definitely Ronan, right?
Ronan Dex.
Yeah. I don't even remember when he comes in, but I'm so excited.
Like 3rd season, and for some reason he's been.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's been in more episodes than Weir and Beckett and Zelenka.
I was gonna say Beckett. That was my second guess.
Yeah, you'd think he would be in everyone. Why is he not in every single one?
Beckett's him
He's
and McKay,
great.
And their dynamic is so good.
Yeah.
They're the comedic relief, really.
They're all comedic relief in their own way, except for Weir. She sucks.
I like
She's
Weir.
not fun, and she's got a weird face.
You think she's kind of weird? I think
she's got a weird face.
I think she's like a strong, like, female leader. I like her.
I tell you what, she's not Sigourney Weaver.
This is an alien.
Yeah, but I feel like they were trying to find a Sigourney Weaver type. No?
I mean, I do think that Samantha Carter would have been a better choice to lead the team from the get-go. But I think SG-1 was still going when they started.
Yes, it was.
Atlantis. There's an overlap.
But that's when they started the whole Merlin fucking Claudia Black weird fucking shit that I didn't really like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There's magic. Give me the fucking Egyptian gods.
Yeah, Anubis.
Yeah. Set. Anyway, so it starts off there in Antarctica. John Shepard finds out he's got the gene, finds out somebody's telling him about the Stargates. Oh, that's a good
No,
scene.
he knew about the Stargates. They're telling him about it.
He didn't know about the Stargates because Beckett's like, no, and then there's Stargates. And
that's right.
Wait, you have clearance, right? That was such a good scene. Wait, you have clearance, right? Well, he's standing in front of the motherfucker. I hope so.
And they straight up told him, they're like, don't sit in the fucking chair. And he says, oops.
Well, he said, don't touch anything.
But then Beckett is like, don't sit in that.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are the odds that anything would happen? And they're really slim. And it's like
quite slim, actually.
Quite slim.
Yeah, I like how the whole team is a worldwide team, and they all got different flags. You know. Yeah,
it's pretty diverse, which I think is cool. They represent all of Earth. So.
Yeah. Although Although at one point, in the first episode, right when they're getting ready to leave, one guy's talking. I think it's Rainbow. What's his name?
Yeah, can we just call him Rainbow? Because that's what
His name is Rainbow. Yeah.
Ford.
Ford. He's talking to some. Looks like some African dudes, maybe. But he's like, does anybody understand what they're saying? And right. But then, they go to another planet in another galaxy, and they can speak to each other.
I have so many problems with the language because not only does like everyone on the whole crew speak English, right?
But they don't.
They go the first, but they all mostly they do. Then they go the first planet they go to.
Yeah.
Taylor's planet. They all speak English, and the Wraith also speak English.
Right. Now,
everyone just fucking.
There
speaks.
are other the way different franchises have dealt with this differently. Okay, for example, Star Wars. There's a lot of languages. There's people, and some can understand some. They deal with that where some people can't understand, and they got to use a third person as a translator, like Chewbacca, one of the main characters. Some people can understand him, some people can't. Yeah. Right. Star Trek, their little beep, 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 communicators are also translators. They're hooked into them. And then, of course, Hitchhiker's Guide, they got the Babel. The
little fish. I just watched that for the first time, but I didn't see. I didn't watch the movie. I watched the BBC miniseries.
Oh yeah, watch the new movie.
I don't think I will like the movie.
It's good. I read the books and I like the movie.
See, I never read.
Yeah, we'll do both. Read the books and fucking watch the movie.
I really like the miniseries. It was great.
Most Def fucking kills it.
Oh, and that's all Anthony can say is that he loves Most Def in
He's great in it. Alec Rickman was great in it.
Yeah, he's like the perfect casting for that robot.
Martin, the guy that plays Arthur.
Sheen?
Nope.
No, Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Sam Rockwell. It is a great movie. They do such a good job like I said, every time you read a book and then you watch a movie, it's like, well, that movie sucked. No, they did a good job. They did a really good job.
Okay.
And the guy who played Arthur in the original BBC miniseries shows up.
Well, back to our point, I do like the fish thing. You just shove a fish in there. Yeah. Babblefish.
The Babblefish. And the guy who played Arthur in the original BBC miniseries, wasn't he the fucking main bad guy in Underworld?
Maybe. Lucian? That's fucking random.
Lucian?
He might be, and I just have no idea.
Yeah, I think he is.
No, but in this show, I don't think they ever explain why everyone just...
Not at all.
No. It's just, apparently, in a galaxy a zillion miles away.
It's weird. I guess you can't explain this. So the ancients, right?
Yeah.
They're the fucking started everyone, but no, because English is a new language relative to the ancients, so that doesn't work.
Even on Earth, English is not like the dominant. Is it the dominant language? I don't think it is.
I think Spanish is the most widely spoken, but English is the most dominant language in business.
Okay.
So, like the company I work for is a French company, and it's worldwide. And we had one of their CEOs and whatnot come out, and we asked him, somebody asked him, what's, what, you speak English was fine. What's the English when you're dealing internationally? He's like, English, sometimes Japanese, but English. And part of that is because London, so there's 3 major banking hubs in the world, and it's Hong Kong, London, and New York. 2 of those are in English.
Yeah.
So.
It makes sense. I just thought it was interesting, That was something that kind of bugged me a little bit, but you can get past that. If you just overlook that and move on, it's fine.
By the way, it's not the guy from Underworld. He just kind of looks like him. Sorry about that. I looked it up. Okay,
so the whole thing is that they need massive amounts of power, right?
Yeah.
To get them off Earth. So they go and they can't come back.
Yes, it's a one-way trip, and they assume that they're going to the city of the ancients, that there'll be more ZPMs there.
Yeah.
In your head, after watching it, do you call it a ZPM or a ZPM?
I call it a ZPM because of Rodney. Yeah.
I used to date a girl who was Canadian, and she said Zed, and it made me giggle every time.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
I didn't know that was a thing until I dated someone from Canada.
I don't think I knew it was a thing until this show, because I watched this show pretty young.
Yeah.
So
Zed PM.
yeah, he's the resident Canadian.
Yeah, 0 point module.
Yeah, so can we assume everyone who's listening to this has probably seen the show?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
If they haven't, they need to go watch episodes 1 and 2.
I don't know why anyone would listen to this if they hadn't seen the show.
Maybe they're trying to find a reason to watch the show.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's assume they know what the ZPM is. So it's like...
It is basically a black hole inside a container that the pressure of that makes energy, and I don't know how you can run it out because it's a black hole, but I don't... Whatever.
Do you think it should just...
It's also shaped like the fucking stones from Fifth Element for some reason. It's like this big.
They're shaped like little, they have little tentacle things.
It's weird.
Yeah, they're fucking weird. But they get to Atlantis and realize right away that...
The first time you were watching, did you pick up on that? Because it's a city underwater with a force field. Excuse me. And as they're exploring, more things are turning on, just drawing power, which means less force field. Did you pick up on that the first time watching it through?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Because I mean,
before they said it.
That it was underwater?
No, that the reason stuff started going ping, tang, tang is because they were taking power away from the force field.
I mean, maybe not, but pretty quickly they realize.
No, did you realize it before the television?
I don't know.
Told you.
Probably not.
On the rewatch, did you remember it?
Yeah, I mean, I knew. That's one of the things I remembered. So.
Yeah. It's weird how they have these, I don't know, ancient computers. And they're like, let me hook up my laptop through this USB.
It's all compatible too, yeah. They're just
That's weird to me. But it doesn't detract. It's just something you think about later. It's like, why did that work? But every sci-fi has that.
But they did have some of the ancient technology on Earth, so they would have had time to study it and see how they could.
Yeah, they've been interfacing for a while. That's how they got the Stargate to work in the first place.
Yeah, so they're not totally,
in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they jump off world, meet some people.
Well, they usually go off world because one ZPM powering the city is failing and they need power, so they're like, let's go.
Why don't you have a stockpile of them?
I know, why they just leave a couple to power the city and somehow they all got depleted.
Yeah.
And the city's flooding and shit, and they're like, oh my god, we're gonna fucking die, we can't go back to Earth. So they just go to a random planet. So it's filled with people who are pretty much just like Americans.
Yeah. Well, they had to fill time for Rodney to figure out that let's raise the roof.
No, they don't figure it out.
Oh, does it do it automatically?
Yeah, because that's the end of both these episodes. That's the finale.
Yeah.
Is that they can't save it.
They all think they're gonna die. Oh yeah, because they brought all the other people back because the Wraith came around. Now, all right, so I can't bring this up yet because so the Wraith are technologically advanced. They all look like Marilyn Mansons, and they eat through their hands.
I think that the Wraith as a character, as a concept, and the way they did the prosthetics and the whole look, I think is really good and really original.
I agree. I agree. I think that is a great bad guy.
Yeah.
It's not a one-shot bad guy. That's gonna be that's your Cylons. This is gonna be all your seasons. Wraith are gonna be an issue. Because
they're the bad guys of this whole galaxy.
Well, they beat the ancients.
They beat everybody. Yeah. The whole galaxy is just afraid of them. And they just have never gotten to other galaxies.
Is they bred so much that most of them have to sleep all the time. Oh, also they're immortal?
As long as they feed.
Yeah. So, but wouldn't they just okay, so you got a bunch of them sleeping, right? and they can only feed a little bit because there's small amounts of humans, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Here's what you do. So while they're sleeping, you murder 90% of your population so that the 10% can fucking thrive.
But there are so few people, because that's the reason that when they go to Tayla's world, they're still kind of primitive. They're not that advanced. There's so few of them.
But if you you take it, like it's the Thanos theory, dude. Take out half your own people, and then your resources will rebound. So humans, if you give them 500 years, they're going to go from there being hundreds of them on a planet to millions.
Yeah.
In 100 years, for sure.
Yeah, you're right. If we population controlled, then the Wraith would control their numbers too.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing with like just fucking, let's take a generic wolves and deers. You know, I mean, there's other predators, there's other prey, but you know, there's a lot of deer, so the wolves can breed. So then there gets to too many wolves, right? They eat too many deer, and then a bunch of the wolves fucking starve off, and they don't make it through. And then since there's less wolves, there's going to be more deers because there's not as many predators. But since there's more deers now, more wolves are thriving, right? Like it's just this ongoing. Yeah. But with the Wraith, they just keep their numbers up, the predator numbers up, because they don't die, they don't starve.
But if there were more people, they could, like, you know, advance more and then get better weapons and have a more fighting chance against the Wraith. Because Tayla's people, well, okay, you're right. But they live really primitive. They just don't have anything to even fight the Wraith with.
Right.
You know.
No, so just like, in fact, here's what you do if you're the Wraith. I don't care if it doesn't taste as good, but for the next 100 years, all we're eating is like predators. We're killing off all the poisonous animals. Whatever we're doing, anything that can kill a human, we're taking it off this planet. And tell the humans, here's your Eden. Eat, drink, breed, be merry.
Yeah, because they say at one point, they're like, we don't like your hunger. We don't want the taste of your hunger. They want the people to be like, well fed. You know, like they want to fatten them up and shit. You know.
Yeah. So they so the team meets the Wraith for the first time. And she's talking to T-1000 and she's mind controlling. Oh, they have mind control too. These are badass motherfuckers. Mind control him. Is like, oh, where you from? He's like, not Earth, not Earth, not Earth. She's like, Earth? Okay. How many people are on your planet? Hundreds? Thousands? More? It's like, yeah, billions, bitch. Fuck out of here.
And they're like amazed by it because they've just, you know, every planet's been culled into like tiny groups.
So we got 7.5 billion people on Earth, right? Let's say the Wraith show up. How many Wraiths show up, okay, that can take over the planet? Because if like 100 show up, we're fucking them up.
Yeah.
1,000 show up, we're fucking them up. How many Wraith are there? And by the way, I don't think there were that many ancients. I just think they were pretty advanced. And you know how I think
they were small in number.
Yeah, I think you know, they say the more advanced a society gets, the less they procreate, right? And we're seeing that now in first world countries in, you know, the 2000s. So
I know
you're as advanced as the ancients, you know.
So in the very beginning of the show, they do that little clip of the ancients abandoning Atlantis. Did they abandon it because, I mean, were they defeated by the Wraith due to just numbers?
I believe it was numbers. Yeah,
they're just outnumbered.
Yeah,
because they have.
I think they say that later on, as they learn more about the ancients, they figure that's what happened.
Yeah, because there's still some unanswered questions there about.
Swarmed.
Yeah. They just abandon it, and no one really knows where they go or if they're still.
I can answer all those questions, but I won't do that on the first episode.
We'll get
there. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
There's a lot that I don't remember, so I'm excited to rewatch.
Yeah. There's 3 major ways that the ancients went and one of them was dying. So I'll tell you that. The other two, we'll find out.
Okay.
That's what this means.
Can we talk about how fucking hot Taylor is?
Yeah, no.
No?
I don't like it when people's hair is the same color as their skin. And also it looked like a wig the whole time.
It gets better. It does get better.
Yeah.
It gets better.
Like her body's pretty rocking.
Her body's banging.
Her face, there's no problem with her face. It's all hair. Dude, it's all hair. I just don't like her hair. Also,
but this show is kind of like mid 2000s, so the hair and the styling is like not, it's kind of questionable, you know? I don't
know. Who else has bad hair on it? Name one other person with bad hair.
Elizabeth has bad hair.
She's got old lady hair. She doesn't have bad hair.
And all the guys just have like the spiky shit, you know?
But it looks good. Wait, who? Yeah, no, they all look good. They all look good. No one's got like embarrassing hair, except for Taylor.
It does look like a wig. I think it gets better as it goes on. So.
And Weir's, her hair is not bad. It's just old lady business hair. Like, it's not hot. It's serviceable.
I love that, you know, they all had to just dip off planet and say goodbye to their loved ones. And she didn't even say goodbye to her husband. She just sends him that video. Mm-hmm. She's like, hey, I'm heading to another planet. Husband, I'll never come back. Bye.
Husband. Do you think, okay, so let's say you're in that position where you're Stephanie Weir and you are, is that her name, Stephanie?
Yeah, I think so.
And your job is fucking deep space fucking crazy shit, right? It's top secret. Does your husband know? You have to be in a relationship where they never ask. Like, there's a lot of, like, generals' wives talk about that. You know, it's like, I never asked. You can't.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they can't tell you.
But what if they did, and that's a bigger issue? Like, if you asked and they told you, that's even worse. You know, than wanting to know and them saying no.
Yeah, would it be worse if he just thought she went on some mission and never came back? Or is it worse knowing that she's on another planet? Because when he's listening to it, he stops the video before it's over and he runs to the phone and calls her. And it's like, beep boop. Yeah, this person is out of range because she's on another planet.
She's in another galaxy.
Yeah, bye, bitch.
Yeah, it's weird. I would think that they would. Well, she doesn't have children, right? But I think some people on the show do. Wouldn't you pick all people with no attachments? Or do you pick people with attachments because they have a stronger drive to come back and figure it out?
I think no attachments because the odds of coming back from this one are so low. And when they show everybody, I think it's implied that like most of them don't.
Yeah.
Like Rodney just has his cat that he just gives to a neighbor. I like that that's his only connection.
But it should be because he's a terrible fucking person to be in a room with.
No, I mean, he can't like have real relationships.
I like, they make fun of the trope in a lot of movies where the genius guy is, I do this way too much, but the genius guy goes on and he's talking, then all of a sudden he has a thought and it's like, oh, I solved it with my brain. And it's like, but he really is that guy. Like, it's so believable with him because he's like, I don't know. He does it well. Has he ever been in anything else?
I watched one movie that he did. It was like a Canadian movie. It had a lot of people from Atlantis.
Really?
It was like some kind of low budget indie film and it wasn't very good. But he's the lead. He was funny in it.
What was it called?
I can't remember.
I think I've seen it actually now that you say that.
It's kind of like I think he kills someone on accident and they have to like kind of cover it up. I don't know. It's comedic for sure.
Yeah. He's done a few things.
I want to know if Taylor did anything else, you know?
He was in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, wasn't he?
Oh, shit.
He was in Splice.
He was in Splice.
I forgot he was in Splice.
I wish I could forget Splice.
You didn't like Splice? I thought it the potential of it being good. It didn't look. If you give that to a different director, that movie's fucking amazing.
It had such a good idea and potential, and it went so wrong. When we saw it in the theater,
But I didn't hate it though. I enjoyed it.
we saw it in the theater, and I would say half of the people in the theater walked out before it was over.
Really?
It was, yeah, people were like booing. It was really bad. We took my dad to see it for his birthday. He wanted to see it, and at the end, I was like, I'm so sorry. That was a horrible
Really?
gift.
I didn't think it was that bad. It was on par with like Species.
I haven't seen Species.
It's
so.
terrible. Yeah. Actually, Spice is better than Species. All of them. They did like 4
Species looks bad, so.
But I think it was like early 90s and it showed titties, but in a mainstream way. So everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor, has she done anything else? Well, I mean, of course she has, but what?
What?
Okay. Do you think she's done anything you've ever watched before and you just didn't realize it was her?
Probably. I would say at least one thing.
Oh. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. So she was in Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War.
As who?
Stunts.
What? Is
That's
she
what
just like
she's doing now.
She's
That's
like a
what
stunt
she's doing
chick?
now. That's what. Well, only in those 2 movies though. Only in those 2 movies. So I guess that's what she's doing now.
I mean, she does a ton of fighting in Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah, but it always looks terrible. Well,
Maybe
she's in
better.
Sleepwalkers. You've seen Sleepwalkers, right? Oh,
no.
Wait, no. Nope. This isn't the same Sleepwalkers. The Stephen King Sleepwalkers?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen a lot of Stephen King because I don't
This
really care.
This isn't it. You should see Sleepwalkers because it is gross. See the episode of Charmed, ER, Touched by an Angel.
Oh, God.
That's before Stargate Atlantis. Afterwards, she did an episode of NCIS, True Justice, NCIS Los Angeles, that is. Arrow. That's a pretty big gap. She was rosy. Anyway, yeah. And then in Zombieland Double Tap, she was Terrified Woman in Snow. She's not having a good time.
No.
That's a bummer.
I would probably also switch to stunt work if that was my resume.
But what about fucking cool guy John Shepard? What's he been in?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Something big? No. Yes.
He's on General Hospital now. Oh, this poor guy.
So they all just got like shitty TV jobs, and then fucking Ronan Dax goes and becomes Aquaman.
Oh yeah. Let's say Khal Drogo, please, and not Aquaman.
Okay, I haven't seen Game of Thrones. So
in the DC universe, he should not have been Aquaman. He should have been the main man, Lobo. He should have been Lobo. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's lost on me.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I didn't care for the Aquaman movie, so I'll just side with you on that one.
Oh, there was an Aquaman. I forgot there was an Aquaman movie. I haven't seen it because it's stupid. But did you hear that Amber Heard is no longer playing that character?
Yeah, they fired her.
You know why?
Because she beat up Johnny Depp.
He lost part of his finger. Beat up is not the right word.
Yeah.
He lost part of his finger. But did you hear the rumors of who's going to take that role?
No.
It's someone that he's worked with before. It's not Taylor.
It's not Winona. No.
Emilia Clarke. You've never seen Game of Thrones.
I know who she is.
Look,
yeah,
that's the word, and I don't think it's been set in stone yet at all.
Hey,
I think people would like it.
I gotta maybe go pee. I'll be right back. Okay, and then we'll.
Jesus fuck.
We're taking an intermission. I just have to pee. I'm not even drinking. I know.
Oh boy. All right. So maybe we'll just look through IMDb a little bit and see who else has done anything. So Joe Flanagan, who plays Shepard, has done not much, and then that's a bummer because he's pretty good at that. You know, Stargate Atlantis. After that, he did an episode of Warehouse 13, which is a show that I liked, but could have been better. An episode of Fringe, which is basically Warehouse 13, but different. And then General Hospital. Jesus. We talked about Ronan Dex, who is Jason Momoa. Obviously, he's done everything everyone's ever heard, but has he done anything terrible? What's this show C?
What?
There's a show called C, S-E-E, and Jason Momoa's in it. Never heard of it.
Was it before or after Stargate?
It's late 2019. Yeah.
I haven't heard of it either.
8 episodes. Have you ever heard, did you ever watch the show Frontier?
No, but I know what it is.
First season was pretty good.
He's not in that, is he?
Yeah, he's the main character.
Oh.
The Frontier. Yeah. You know who was up for that? Was The Big Show. You know, the 7-foot tall wrestler?
No.
No.
You would know that, though.
Yeah, it was great. Did you watch the Conan the Barbarian remake?
With Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
So here's what you got to understand. And I think people were looking for like an epic. That's not what Conan is. Conan is a bunch of short stories. So in order to make Conan, you have to make 5 Conans. That's when it's good. And it came out and people shit on it. It's like, well, it's not an epic. It's not an epic. It is one adventure from this guy who has fuck tons of adventures. And I wish people would have got it because it was great if you're going into it with that thought is, all right, this isn't going to be the biggest movie of all time. It's not an epic, but we'll get 5 or 6 of them. And they're all going to be fun.
Yeah, maybe they should have done more of them, but
they really should have. But I think that people.
I don't think they should have tried to do it as like a blockbuster. I think that's the wrong call.
Yeah, I agree, and that's probably why.
Because you're never gonna get 5 fucking blockbusters. You know, this is not Avengers.
Yeah, but if you watch that movie, they did it the right way. The audience just went into it thinking something else.
So yeah, he had the biggest career for sure of anyone in that show.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I mean, even the X-Files guy.
I mean, but part of that is because, like, yeah, for sure, he's in DC's Avengers, Justice League.
Okay, where were we at in the episode?
Let's see. They go to visit the villagers. They find them. The Wraith come. A few people get kidnapped.
The Wraith run away. Come because they activate some shit. And the villagers are like, don't go to this city that we abandoned or you'll trigger the Wraith. And they're like, it's fine. And then as soon as they go, so they're like, you know, so we go to their world and then we like ruin their lives.
Yeah,
classic us.
That's kind of what they all do.
Yeah, and then everybody gets captured by the Wraith.
A bunch of people, including T-1000 and Taylor.
Yeah, and then
And so then they run away back to Atlantis, say, hey, we're going to go rescue him. And Weir's like, no. And Shepard's like, we have to. It's the right thing to do.
We don't leave anyone behind, even though it's our fault.
And then she's like, okay. And then they do. And then they sneak up and they realize there's like 5 Wraith, even though they'll fuck up 50 people. So they sneak through the base and they get where they want to go. And then T-1000 is getting fucked up by Marilyn Manson. But like mechanical animals, Marilyn Manson.
See, they feed on them with their hand vagina mouths.
Their hand pussy.
Yeah. They just shove it into their chest and they suck the life out of them.
Don't put your dick in that. Do you think that's like epic hand jobs?
I don't know how the Wraith, I don't think they bang, even though they have that one sexy Wraith chick.
Yeah, mechanical animals, Marilyn Manson.
I don't think the Wraith bang. I think they just like grow them, you know?
I think that they are insects, so they probably lay eggs.
Yeah. And then they grow in the eggs.
Spoiler alert.
Come out. I know they're insects because they came from the spiders. That's another episode. The spider episode.
Yeah, which I don't remember very well, and I think I super glossed over.
Well, you're going to have to rewatch it.
Can I show you a picture?
Yes.
So there's a reason why I keep saying Marilyn Manson. Oh, Jesus Christ, what a URL. Can you even click that? Does that even work?
Jesus Christ. David, why do you do this?
Here, how about this one? Nope, that's not. I want the fucking picture, you idiot.
Just send the picture to my phone.
Oh, I wonder, can I paste a picture in here? No good. Hey, can you hear my? Can you hear my
your
cat?
Cat?
Shut up!
Which one is it?
Probably Chazbite. He's the whitey boy. Because she's upstairs in a closed door with the baby, so he wants to.
He wants attention.
Yes. Try clicking that and see if that works. But anyway, so yeah, hot, sexy dress, Wraith, leader. She's pussy handing T-1000 in the chest. And then he gives John Shepard the look of like, hey, kill me. Because he's went from age 60 to 97.
No, she looks totally like Marilyn Manson with the red hair. You're right.
Yeah, mechanical animals.
Yes.
I mean, it had to be a fucking, influence on it for sure. So then he ends up shooting fucking T-1000.
Thus making him the head military guy, even though he didn't want to come in the first place.
And head military didn't like him because he disobeyed orders in the past. Protecting people, which he goes on, that's why he's there in the first place. He's protecting people and he's rescuing people. And then they get some people out and they get back to Atlantis.
And then the city rises. So now they're
Whoa. Before that, the puddle jumper fits perfectly through the door. Fits perfectly through the door. I thought that was cool. And then they use the shield to like just take out three. I like the idea that
you can throw up shields with it.
Yeah, and if something's trying to come through and it can't come through, it's done.
Oh, really? That's how it works?
Yeah.
If you try and go through?
Yeah, you're destroyed. You're destroyed.
I guess because you're going through the wormhole and then you just hit it.
And you lost in the wormhole forever.
Yeah, you're just gone. Yeah, okay, I like that. You think that would happen? Wouldn't that happen to the team more often? They try to go through and then.
Well, that's why say always send something through first.
Okay, yeah.
Like to Atlantis, it was the robot.
Yeah, they send little malps.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's a big fucking thing. Sometimes it's a little guy. Should always be little guys, in my opinion.
Yeah, because they're, half of them aren't coming back, so.
Yeah. And then they get back. There's a lot of people. Weir's pissed off because it's like, oh, we were going to them for help, and now you brought them here. And it's going to be way too much energy drain on the city, and we're all going to fucking drown.
Yeah, they're immediately like, we got to dial out anywhere. We got to go.
Yeah.
And then it's just too fucking late, and everything fails, and then the city.
And then glub 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 glub
rises
glub, glub.
Because the ancients have like a lot of good fail safes. Like
they're pretty smart.
Yeah, they're like, this could happen, so then the city will rise. But then it's just unprotected because they're out of power. So they still have to. That's why they have to keep going off world now, because they are still looking for a power source because they can't protect the city or power it at all.
Well, probably because they haven't explored all the city. They haven't found the manufacturing plant for the ZPMs.
Is there one? Is that something?
You would think there would be. That's what I'm saying.
Why would there not be?
Like you.
Because where do the ZPMs come from? If not the
it's not the fucking Frankenstein fucking thing where it's like, oh, we got a storm, let's go up in the air. 1.221 gigawatts, like you think that they would have a factory and maybe it
Because
takes a while, but
someone's made
fucking
them.
someone's made plenty of them.
Yeah. I think it was
right?
the ancients. So
yes, the ancients made them. A
yeah.
backpack full of them at least. So why wouldn't there be a factory on site in Atlantis?
In their main base, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if that is true, but I would think so.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yes. I agree with me too.
So really they just have to explore the whole city.
Yes. There is a funny episode. Okay. Here's what happens. And I'm not going to spoil it. There's an episode where they are exploring the city, and Rodney and I think it's Zelinka are playing a game with Rainbow, and it's the funniest fucking thing ever. They play the game Prime Not Prime, and then once we get there, you'll see why it's so funny.
Okay. There's
Prime
episodes that I remember really well. I have like favorites for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the one, and I know it's this season or season 2, where this is first season, where they go to that planet and there's just the one lone wraith that's been there like forever.
I don't remember that one. I'm excited to see it now.
It's so good. It's like Rodney's first mission.
Okay. I remember the first episode where they found Dax. Running Dax.
Yeah, I love that one.
Running Dex.
I didn't realize that it was so far into the show.
It might not be. I don't remember. It might be season 2. I don't think it's season 1, but I think it might be season 2. But in my head it's season 4, but who knows?
I can't remember. Was there a reason why they wrote Rainbow out of the show? I mean,
I don't know that. I know that it was a weird thing how it happened.
Yeah.
And then he showed back up a bit.
He does come back a little bit. So maybe they weren't just trying to like get him out.
Yeah.
They just
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on these first 2 episodes? We end on Atlantis is now a floating city in the ocean.
I think it's a pretty good start. It's a pretty good setup for the show.
Mm-hmm. I was hooked. Yeah. I watched them all. I was hooked.
I think it's a good spin-off of SG-1. I like it better, so.
Yeah, it's a good spin-off. Did you ever see Stargate Universe?
No.
Didn't last a season.
Was it terrible?
It was too serious.
What was it about?
They made a ship that can fly across to a different galaxy, but then they set off, and then there's like a murder mystery intrigue, and it's like, this isn't. No, we want Stargate Atlantis. We want you to go to different planets and find new people. We want Star Trek. Star Trek was different planet, find new people, have an adventure, done. And Stargate Universe was not that. It was Robert Carlyle, by the way, and Ming-Na Wen, who I love.
Yeah.
I love her still to this day.
She's great.
She was in S.H.I.E.L.D. most recently, and fucking great still.
No, she's a badass and she's hot.
Yeah, even when she's old, she's hot. I fell in love with her in ER in the 90s.
Oh, was she on ER?
Oh, she was original cast, son.
Oh.
Yeah. With Clooney.
Yeah, I like the Stargate concept because the gates are such a cool idea,
Right. And you can go here, there, at the other place.
Yeah, you travel by wormholes, and the ancients just like put gates all around so that everybody could be connected. I think it's a great concept. I really like it. I think it's good sci-fi. I don't give a shit if people don't like these shows. I
don't see how people can't like these shows. They're so fun. They're so fun. On top of everything else, you will laugh at least once, and you like the action at least once, and you will have fun.
They're good, and it's better than SG1, and that one is like so highly regarded. This one is better.
There are seasons of SG1 that are very similar and have the same appeal.
But overall,
just not
I
all
think.
of them. Well, it's because it's shorter, so there was some crap in there in SG1. There really was. They're all great. You fuck.
Don't call me a fuck. Just call, the general public. Because apparently...
Yeah, everyone... People should watch SG1 with us and it's on Amazon Prime. We never said that. We should start by saying that every time. Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah. The people can follow along
and
if
then,
they want.
Next episode, we do SGA watching is going to be 3 and 4. We're going to do two episodes at a time.
Yeah, we'll do 2 episodes. We'll kind of breeze through them and chat about it.
All right. Sounds good.
I went through and looked, and for season 1, that would be 10 episodes of this podcast.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 10 episodes of this version of this podcast.
Yes.
It's going to be all mixed in with the rest of it. So hopefully
I think there's 5 seasons.
Look, if we get 10 episodes of Stargate Atlantis into it and someone finds it, all our shit's up there forever. So we can always go back. You can always go back and cherry pick the Stargate episodes for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, if we do like 50 episodes of this show to cover all of Stargate, that seems like a good number.
Yeah, there's 99 episodes, I think, so that sounds about right.
That's a lot.
50 episodes.
I don't remember the end of the show at all.
I don't either. I mean, I know they came home, but I don't think that was... Spoiler! They came home, I think, at some point, but I don't think that was into the show. I think there was still more to do.
I remember they came home and it was weird, and that's all I remember.
I remember an episode. Oh, I remember so many things now. It's so great. All right, I can't wait to get to more. We'll catch you next time.
Okay.
Last words?
Bye.
Nope, you already...
No.